Hi everyone, this is Michelle with Michelle's Crafts and Things. I hope you enjoy the following video. I had a wonderful time making it for you and enjoyed doing this. And if you like these, I would appreciate if you would please share. The more shares I get, the more people who get to see these wonderful videos. Thank you. Alright, so we're going to create a tobacco basket arrangement. A second one I've done, so we'll see if I get any better with it. I have a few flowers that I'm going to use. I was looking into the pinks and the blues and the yellows. I was looking towards those colors. So let's move some of this. Oh, where's this? So one of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to cut styrofoam. Now, unfortunately, I'm out of moss at this point. Just have not had it's not been important to go to the store to get it. So I'm going to cut me a piece. Because I just want to use the bottom of the basket. So I'm looking at a piece that's maybe about 3 inches wide to add in. And I've got me a nifty little tool. It's a styrofoam cutter, so it doesn't make quite as much mess. Unfortunately, this one's a lot slower than some of the other ones I've used. Okay, so I have cut my styrofoam. I just went ahead so you don't have to watch that. Cut my styrofoam. I've actually kind of beveled it so that it will fit a little bit better in the basket, and it doesn't quite look as awkward. So it'll sit in like this. Like I said, I am out of my moss, so we'll see how this turns out. I may have to go back in and add some moss later on. I should have got my hot glue gun out, because what I need to do is, unfortunately, and with the basket, you've got to make sure you're putting your glue down on the basket. It will leak out of the back. You could actually twist tie this in here. Get you a pick, one of the floral picks, put you some a pipe cleaner on the back, hot glue the pipe into here and put it in that way as well. That would work. So now we're just putting it in here, make sure it's set in. Alright, you may need some floral picks depending on how things go. And not today, I don't think, because we're not using anything unless I can find some fabric to put over the top of this, but we're going to see how it goes. Alright, so the bottom of your basket. Then we're going to work in here this way. And let's see, what are we going to start with? So I have to decide where I want my bow. I think I want my bow in the middle of this one when I'm doing this. So I want it right here towards the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and make my bow, and then I'm going to work around that. So, and the reason I'm putting my bow first, because that's going to be one of my central features. I want the bow to be seen. So of course it's got to be first. So I found some white that was hiding in here, so let's see. But this blue works really well with these flowers. So the bow that I'm going to make, let's see, is just going to be a simple bow. Nothing like like I said, I want my bow to be one of my central features. I'm going to make my tail, I'm going to make my lips pretty big. So I'm making a 5-inch, this is 10 inches here. So when I do this, this is what's going to be known as a 5-inch loop. And I think I am going to do them this way. So basically my husband made this for me until I can buy one of the bow makers. So it kind of does make creating the bows simpler. So I can come out, now I know I have 5 inches, and I need to put this, and I need to twist. I'm learning how to do this one. And twist. And twist again. I'm going to make my loops the same size. And I'm going to do 2. This is a double-sided ribbon, so I'm going to come in and I want to keep all my loops the same size. White. I'm just going to do a single this time. I like working with the zip tie to tie, the little zip ties to tie my bows. I feel that I can get the zip tie tighter than I can a pipe cleaner, so this is why I use those. So I'm just pulling my zip tie tight, and then if I don't like how tight it is, I get out my pliers, and then I can pull a little tighter. There. this is what we have. We'll see how it looks. I may end up changing this bow out. I don't know if I'm gonna like the plaid ribbon with. So you may see this end up being a different bow. It's kind of cute. So there's our bow. Now, how do I get it? Because it's going to go here. It's going to go right in here, in the middle. So for this one, I'm going to, here's where my pipe cleaners come in. So now just twist it, and I'm going to try it, and I am going to put on a steel pick. I'm just going to trim. I'm going to trim to about here. And I'm going to put on a steel pick. Now guys, I don't have a steel pick machine. They make them. I just don't want to go buy one. So be very careful because these are very, very sharp. I have sliced my hand open numerous times using these because I've gotten careless. So if you do it this way, I'm just using pliers to close the clamps. And since I might change this, I am not going to glue this one in just yet. I'm not necessarily too happy with the yellow ribbon. I like the blue. I was trying for some extra color. Alright, so here's our bow. Alright, so now I'm going to put in my flowers. And I have the blue and the pink. The reason I chose the pink, the plaid, was because I have the pink flowers and I have the yellow color here in the flowers. So I am just going to cut these apart. That one's looking a little raggedy. So I'm just going to work my flowers in. And these are very, very short, so this is going to be and that is hot. Alright, so far I've got this going. I put the white in there because I want it to be a central color, and I've got the two blue on the outside. And you notice they're not all the same height. They are different depths. And the strings. Okay, so far. That would be cute. I'd have to cut another piece of styrofoam. This is what I'm looking at. I'm looking about adding this in like this to give it some decoration. I know I wanted to add it in here. I didn't know if I wanted to add it down here at the bottom. I think it's going to get lost. But if I added it here, it'd give me some height that I needed. All I have to do is add another piece of styrofoam in. If I did that, it would just add me, it would give me some height. And I could add, I think we'll do that. Alright, so I decided to go ahead and add in this little milk can. And this was just an ornament I picked up years ago on clearance. And it's been sitting around. I haven't figured out what I could do with it. So I found me a piece of styrofoam. I cut another set of styrofoam to about this size. It's just a little 1-inch block by about 2 inches. And I am going to just put some glue on this and then add it in. Alright, so now I'll have the base for that to sit on. And it's still, you've still got the flowers. And it kind of gives it just a little bit of extra interest. Now I can go on and I can keep decorating. And I'm going to go with the burlap flowers that I have, because if I'm going with that more rustic look, the burlap's going to add to it. That's what I have. See, we've got one more. I think I'm going to pin that one right there. Now I'm just working on filling in some holes. The hydrangea was just, it was too heavy in that spot when I added it. It does need something in there, but it was too heavy. So I'm going to go back. And I'm going to find, I had another one of these bushes. So I'm going to go back in and add this one in. It's the same style. This is what we have so far. I'm going to go back and add in some greenery. I'm going to look in my little trusty bag of my box of extras. I have a box down here where I put all my loose pieces I save. Especially for little pieces like this. That way I don't have to cut something. I forgot about these. These were sitting over here. This would definitely give it a spring feel. I think we may add some of those in. Now I'm going to cut these short. They come pretty long. Now, how am I going to add these in there? There's a couple, again, I'm going to go back to my little picks and add them in that way. And one of the things I forgot to do is I have two of them together. I'll have to get those apart later. Yep. And I am again just crimping the brads around the little pieces, hopefully. I haven't been able to get out and do the crafting, go look, so I'm using everything that I have around. Oh yeah, I like those in there. They give it a little dimension. A little extra something. Our road's busy today. Pliers, tab those in, and I will secure I'll hot glue it in. I'll find some. I'll secure it to the back. Is probably what I'll end up doing. I'll secure it back here. So you can see the little. They add just a little bit. A little bit extra spring. don't know if I like that one. It's not spread out enough. Spread out some more. There we go. I like that better. And that's really all I'm going to put otherwise. Now we're going to go back and look for some green. So I have, this is one of my favorites as far as the green goes. It's got pieces missing. So I'm going to do that. I have that. I have several smaller pieces. I like that. So let's see. Alright, so I went through my box of scraps and I found all kinds of different pieces of greenery. I was also looking and thinking, you know, it needs a little white. It's got the yellow white. It's got the yellow, the hydrangea has more of a yellow tone to it. And I need to bring in some white. So I was looking at some things that I had and I found out I'm running low on white. I don't have any true white. I have things with cream colors. I have things, a few things with some white, but they're part of other pieces or they're big flowers. So I need to put on my list of things to start searching for some smaller pieces of white. So one of the first things I'm going to do is I found some fern that I had, and I already had one that I threw in my box that had a end to it. In some of these blank spaces, I'm going to add in this greenery. And it will not stick into the styrofoam. So again, I'll cut it down sometimes, and then the leaves off. I cut the, and see on this one, see how I cut them off? That way I can put the pick in better. So I'm just working in my greenery. I get something that I like. There you go. So I have that. And I had some other, I have some of this style that was, again, some scraps from another project. I don't know. Nope. So I think I'm going to go in and add some of my white pieces. So these are going to be short. That's my problem. These are going to be short. Even if I put a pick on them, they're still going to be short. So I also had these that I was going to try, but I only have a couple of these. I don't think that's going to work either. So let's see. Hopefully I can make this one work. I'm filling in around the bow, just adding in a little color here and there, adding in that white to break up and what's going on. And this had extra leaves. I'm going to add this back on. I just added this back on to give it a little more fullness. I may add the leaf back on just to give it some green. And I'm pushing everything up. I'm going to trim this one down just a little. And I'm going to add one more because this is starting to get pretty full. A little thicker. I'm going to add one more in here. I think that's going to be it. Alright, so I really don't want it to be any heavier than what it is. And I'm going to add this back in here, so that's going to change as well. So to attach that, I could do, I could attach it, I could hot glue it, it may not stay. I do have some pipe cleaner, the right color. Let's see if I can fish this in here so it'll stay. So it's mesh, so I'm just going to try and fish these through one of these mesh little holes. We'll see if it works. If not, then I will. I have floral wire. So yeah, all I'm going to do is attach it that way. I'll come back in with some moss to add around there, so you don't see the white when I can get some in. That. Now I'm going to go work on my tails and we will be done. So I'm just going to dovetail them. So what I'm doing is I'm folding in half and I'm coming up and I'm just trimming. I think that one needs to be a little bit shorter. All I'm doing is working my tails so that they are going to lay a little prettier. And I'm just adjusting my bow. And I actually kind of like how that plaid ribbon turned out in there now. The mixture of colors with everything and the pinks, everything kind of went together. I was kind of worried that it wasn't going to, but it did. And you've got your wonderful little spring door hanger kitchen. Be perfect in the kitchen for decoration. Thank you for watching, and if you really enjoyed this, please share.